guys, Al here from AM Training. So today I'm going to go ahead and discuss my 5 personal reasons why I like the prong belt better than like a lever or lever belt that, of course is very popular on YouTube. So don't dislike this video because it's going against what YouTube says, because all the top YouTubers seem to love the lever belt or lever belt. And don't not watch this video, or that's double negative. Don't watch this video because I'm mispronouncing lever or lever belt. Everyone says it differently. Anyways, I digress. Let's go ahead and get down to it. Number 5, the reason why I think it's prong belt is going to be better, especially this one. This one's a Elite FTS economy belt. I've had this for a good 6-7 years. It only cost me like 50-60 bucks on EliteFTS.com. And of course the lever belts are going to be like $100 plus. That's usually the standard. So this one, of course, I'm a cheap ass bastard. This one is on the economy side, so it actually had to get broken down quite a bit. I do have one of the newer ones that are a little bit more expensive and already broken into, but this one is 13 millimeters, and it definitely took a while to get used to. I actually had to wear it almost throughout the day, kind of to try to get it to loosen up using my body heat, and also look like a douchebag walking throughout the whole house that way. Okay, so that one's the number 5 reason. 4, let's go ahead and say that it's so easy to adjust. That's probably it. You don't even need to have it locked down or anything like that. So for me especially, I fluctuate between days as much as 5 pounds. One day I'm 185, the next day I'm 190. It's really crazy how much I fluctuate, and I definitely notice it. So that's going to affect the tightness of the belt, especially if for the lever belt you're going to have to undo that all the time. For me, it would just be such a hassle. And number 3, it's a great learning tool in order to not have it as tight, because with the lever belt you can make it especially tight. Some people like that, but what I felt when I get my belt too super tight is that I can't really expand and really get that abdominal pressure as much, because I'm not really having that. Eric Cressy kind of has a nice analogy. You want to make sure your trunk is like a tree trunk, really huge and really able to withstand a lot of weight, rather than have it skinny and cinched up all the way. So you really want to expand through, and the great thing about that is when you're teaching someone, you can really push through and tell them to crush through, and it's not going to be too tight for them to push through, because you can adjust and you can see the different holes. I mean, everyone says that the lever belt is very consistent, but if you use the belt and you count down the holes, like for me this is a size medium, and I go down to the 6th hole, so every time I can be consistent, and that's pretty much really good. You want to be consistent unless you want to play around with it. So that's probably number 2. 2 reason is that you can kind of play around with the tightness. If you don't want it particularly tight in a specific lift, like for me, I tend to like it a little bit looser in the squat compared to if I'm deadlifting. So in deadlift I tend to like it a little tight, so in the bottom of the convention I can really push through and really have that support I need in the back, rather than the squat. If I have it too tight, I feel like I can't, it kind of rebounds, or that's another video. Anyways, so and then number 1 reason, I don't know if I had this in order, I was just counting really, but it's kind of like a keep you in suspense. But number 1, I guess, you can also share with a friend. Like I said, I'm a cheap ass bastard. I train with 2 other guys, and sometimes they don't have their belts on, or they don't have their belts on. They don't bring their belt or whatnot. They can use mine. It's not like you have to readjust it or have anything that is in particular that you can. Of course, you can do that with the lever belt, but you have to make sure that they're the same size as you. And for me, I'm training 2 guys that are smaller than me, so it's kind of a hassle to really do all that. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, prong belt is just so easy. You're consistent. You're just, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not hating on lever belt. It's really a personal preference, but for me personally, my personal preference is the prong belt. It's just really easy. Oh, another bonus one for me is that although this flap sometimes can get in the way on the outside, I kind of just move it off to the side a little, and that helps out. With the insert belt, I found that there's an inside flap, and that kind of irritates me too. I feel like I can feel that inside flap That's what she said. Anyways, there's an inside flap that kind of irritates you, and at least for me, and that just bugs me as well. But anyways, that's just kind of my little thing. If you guys are kind of deciding on the ropes whether to get a prong belt or a insert belt, so really, it's really personal preference. But my personal preference is to be a cheap ass bastard. Train hard, train smart, guys.